Alright, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Mawad coming to you again, out in the highway and the byway, bringing out this gospel of the truth to edify the hopefully elect of Yahshua Allah Israel, so-called blacks and Americans and Latinos. The one of 2/3 of our people, these ignorant so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanic, and Native Americans. The great Babylon America is going to be destroyed real soon. It's always a pleasure to let Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, know that his kingdom is coming to closure real soon. Before we get started, let's turn to these, give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rakakadash. Double honors that teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone, likewise, brothers, put out this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and do brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. I'm trying to adjust this a little bit better to get some angle. It's a little kind of dark. You might be able to see me in certain times, and you might not be able to see me, but nonetheless, you can hear my voice. So, once again, we're out here in Great Babylon, America, on the highways and the byways. And as you can see right now, we're in that season of war, the season of where there's going to be great death, pestilence, famine, and also there's going to be a great awakening. As we can see right now, many people are coming to terms that Great Babylon America isn't exactly what it used to be. This place is actually on a spiral, on a downward spiral. Now I got a couple of articles I want to bring out before we get into the scriptures, and of course it's all related to prophecy. Okay, I put up a video this morning with Pete Hegseth, who is the Secretary of War, quoted the book of Psalms 144 and 144 and verse 1, which is our spiritual that he will quote Psalms 144. And I put the little video up, and if you watch the whole of the full length of it, you see in the middle of it where they talk about. They mention 2/3 of Americans don't believe in, scriptures and all those things like that. And basically, what it comes down to is that the Trump administration, is towing this or trying to put it in people's head that some way somehow what they're doing is the work of the Lord by going and making wars with these nations on the earth, which is true in a sense because they are the red horse that the book of Revelation speaks about. Okay, that's going away and taking away peace. Okay, and wherever Esau goes, and sets up, death and famine follows. Okay, that's what this man is all about. He's all about death. So he is doing the work of the Lord on the left. Okay, Trump says in 48 hours that they're going to attack Iran power plant if they don't open up the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, so that's going to be an interesting thing to see. Because Iran is going to respond. If you attacking the sovereign country's resource that they use for their people to be able to, boil water, eat, cook, whatever. Expect there's going to be great retaliation. So we're going to see how that's going to turn out. We'll keep an eye on that. TSA, there's a lot of TSA agents that are quitting, and we know when you go into these airports across Great Babylon, America, most of the TSA agents are in fact Jakes, particularly Negroes that work in these airport security jobs. But what has happened is, I guess the budget to pay them hasn't been passed, so they're basically not getting paid. They're not getting paid. So a lot of them have been working for free for the last few weeks or the last 2 months or so. And you have agents right now having to go take side jobs, or they have to basically they're running out of their backup funds, so people are not showing up to work. Trump has said that he's going to use ICE to fill in the gap because they're talking about the security of our American border. So we see some problems with that. So all of these are things that are happening right there. I brought out the major headlines, before I started into the scriptures, because, this is what we do, is we keep our eye, as watchmen, we keep our eye, on the headlines. We keep our eyes on what's taking place across the earth, and especially here in Great Babylon, America, and always warning our people not to fall for the okie dokie of the devil. Now, the thing about, I'm going to mainly really go into this headset guy, as he tried to make it seem as if the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai is with America. Now you can put "In God We Trust" in the back of your dollar bill or your currency. It doesn't mean that they're talking about the God of the Bible. All right. people like to use that acronym of God as gold, oil, and drugs. Okay, pharmaceutical drugs, or the kind of drugs, okay, like opioids that Esau really specializes in, but blame Jakes for distributing across this earth. This is the book of Hebrews 12 and 17. Because the Lord is not with Great Babylon America. The Lord is not with this wicked kingdom. It reads, for ye know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Okay, this is talking with Esau, okay, so-called white man in his kingdom. Now, you know, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and they have about a short time as a hireling, okay, to rule this earth in utter wickedness. And Esau have done a great job at that, ruling the earth in utter wickedness. You got faggots walking around the doggone place there, two men walking around holding hands, kissing like a doggone man and a woman. You get these doggone women, they're completely out of order. Okay, I mean, when I pull up here, you get this doggone demon smoking a doggone cigarette in her damn mouth. How ladylike is that? I mean, this is the shit I'm talking about. I was going to throw a curse on her if she didn't move her car. You know, I was going to throw a curse on her ass. May the Lord destroy her ass and put her to damn death before the sun sets today. All right? But this is what you have in a place that is so out of order. You have the animals that are out of order, the kids are out of order, the women are out of order. Okay? So you have an out of order regime that's ruling this earth right now. Okay? Now, this was the man that was supposed to get the inheritance as the elder brother between Jacob. Okay, between him and Jacob. Okay, you had Esau and Jacob. Esau being the elder, the one that came out like a red carpet. Then what did he do? He pissed it away, okay, for pottage. Because this man has no value of anything. He doesn't have any value of anything. He doesn't value anything. He's immoral, okay? He's deceitful, he's evil, he's wicked. And then afterward, when he realized what he actually had lost, he wants to get angry. Okay, you know, pursuing the Genesis 27 and 40, when he said when the time comes, he's going to pursue his brother Jacob. And this is exactly what this man has been doing ever since then. Okay, he's pursuing his brother Jacob, okay, with the sword in other forms of tyranny he uses to persecute the people, okay, of the children of Israel, okay, or the children of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. So this man does not have any repentance. In fact, let's go into the book of Amos, because I have a sign out there that most of these people can take a look and they can see. And of course, our message is only falling on the ears, okay, of the righteous. It's not falling on the ear of these proud or Jakes them who are constantly in this spirit of mirth. I mean, you can't even go a weekend without Jakes them partying out here, man. Because this is what they do. They're in that spirit of mirth. What does the scripture say? It's better to be in the house of mourning than to be in the house of mirth. When you people are caught off guard, when these Gurga troops come around, grab your little soft ass of the house, because we come on, we boldly said, you're not men. Okay? You're not men. You're little boys. You're gonna grab your little ugly, fat, chubby ass women. Okay? And most of them are not even rape quality, so these men are not even gonna rape them. They're just gonna cut their fucking head off. Straight the fuck off and throw it in the garbage or burn it. Okay? But they can grab your sons and your daughters. You hear right now that's going on in these ICE detention center, okay, where you have underage kids are now, or underage girls are being raped, okay, and they're impregnating them. And now they decide that they're gonna take them and put them on a doggone island. And this is gonna happen to your sons and daughters out there too, because they're gonna come, kick your door down, and you passive aggressive men, you little boys, you soft little doggone milk. And that's all a nigga can do right there. It's just rev up his engine. That's the best he can do. That's the only skill that he has right there. It's to be a nigga. Okay? That's it. That's all you men have. You bring nothing else to the table. You're weak. But I digress here. Let's continue to talk right here, because when we go into Amos, let's see if I can bring it out here. The book of Amos, which talks about it. Okay. We can see here that the Lord is watching this place. Okay? He's watching this place. And America is not in his eyes, okay, to say, you know, this guy is talking about, oh, you know, God bless the troops, God bless America. Throughout the scriptures, and I might expand into that video a little bit more, okay? Throughout the scriptures, it talks about the fact that he's going to lay the men of Babylon waste in the mountains. He's going to have them slaughtered in the streets of Great Babylon, America. He's going to have them slaughtered out there in the doggone wilderness, okay, during World War III. It says, Amos 9:8 reads, behold, the eyes of the Lord, power upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it. Okay, did he say he's going to save it? So how is the Lord with you, or with America keep headset? Okay, if he says, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, so someplace on this earth is going to be destroyed, utterly destroyed. And then there's going to be a group of people, okay, going to the house of Jacob, which is the 12th tribe of Israel, that is going to be saved. So who are those people? Those people are the ones you see on the sign right here, 12 tribe sign, okay? And the people, or the kingdom that's going to be destroyed, okay, is the kingdom of the Edomites, okay? Particularly Great Babylon, America. You people are living your last days as we speak right now. Drive around, or with your head up your ass, with your windows tinted up, because you can't get a little heat, okay? Happy-go-lucky, here in dusty town, little El Paso, okay? But you're living your last days as we speak right now. Because the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, who we're even called God and Jesus, is sick and tired of you weak, wicked-ass Hebrew Israelites, man. And particularly you, Northern Kingdom tribe. That's why you make up the majority of the people that are being put into those internment camps. They're still collecting and grabbing your kids up. They're still kicking doors down and grabbing your grabbing kids, women, okay, and men, and throwing them in those internment camps. And as you sit down right now, waiting for the Easter Bunny, okay, so you can go, you know, Easter Bunny to come visit him, bring his eggs, which I didn't know rabbits can lay doggone eggs, all right? This man is building more and more of these internment camps to put your retarded ass in, okay? So this is a sinful, wicked kingdom. The Lord is not with Great Babylon, America. If your sons and daughters are in the military and they're sent overseas, they will die. It's just that simple. They will not return. Your sons and daughters are going to die, okay, for these wealthy elites, okay, that don't give two craps about you. All of a sudden, okay, you're worth something to them when they can put you in that monkey suit, give you an M4 and M16, and put you in a C-130 and send your ass over doggone to the Middle East so you can go die. And it's these same people that have no problem grabbing you up and throwing you in a doggone dog canal and treat you like doggone crap. Okay? But y'all don't see it like that. You don't see it like that because why? You're stubborn and you're proud. Right now you can still eat. Right now you can still sleep comfortable. Okay? But that's not going to happen for long. And Lord willing, okay, because I really, really want to see how you people stand up. Okay? How you people going to stand up. I want to see you macho man. Okay, you bad bitches. I want to see how y'all stand up when those gurgles comes down to your house. When they march or they drive down the streets with the APCs, okay? They bulldoze your damn house. I want to see you macho man. I want to see what y'all are made of. I want to see what you doggone, you bad bitches, what y'all are actually really made of. Because I can tell you what you're made of. You're made out of the softest doggone poop, okay? That's coming out of a kitten's ass, okay? That's what the hell you doggone made of. So the Lord does not have any type of love for Great Babylon, America. Let's continue on the series right here. So this is love, okay? You think the Lord is standing with you, America? You doggone elites think that the Lord is standing with you. You really do, okay? It reads here, behold, this is Isaiah 13, verse 17 reads, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, so you can bribe them, okay? The Medes are the modern day Russian, okay? If America right now is having a hard time dealing with Iran, how do you think America is going to fare when Russia gets involved? Okay, when China gets involved, when North Korea gets involved, when a conglomerate of nations gets involved, and then you have this guy Trump, he's calling his allies, and he put tariffs on last year, he's calling them cowards that they didn't come in, okay, to assist, okay, with his BS that he's doing out there in the Strait of Hormuz, okay, and that's biblical because the scripture talks about the fact that the beasts, okay, or these nations, okay, they will align with the beasts, and they will hate the whore. Great Babylon, America is a whore. That's what this place is known as. It is known as a whore. And the Lord is going to destroy this whore. It's going to burn this whore with fire and brimstone. Okay, meaning it's going to destroy it with thermonuclear fire. And you look at you people that are thinking to yourself, oh, we don't have to worry about it. Here it is, you know, God bless America. You'll die for America, but you have never strapped on that monkey suit that they call ACUs and go and defend your country. But then you want to get offended when we tell you that America is going to be destroyed. America is going to be destroyed. And we don't make it quiet about it. We stand right on the highway and the byway. When your ass is lining up to get this doggone chip in your hand, okay, under the threat of death, then you'll know that there was a prophet amongst you. So look proud, okay? We love when you I love it. Okay, when they're looking at you all proud. Because see, when you're on the street, these people they think to themselves, okay, when you out here preaching, people think to themselves, oh, you must be down and out, you must be broke, you must be this, you must be that. Well, my car looks better than most of you doggone cars driving. So how the fuck? So that doesn't add up, right? Right? But we're not out here. We're not out here asking you for a damn thing. And that's what you see. That's the thing about Jason. They're proud about that because see, in this state there where we have to be in humility, all right. Jason don't like humility because they like the ways of Esau. See, Esau is all about boasting. Pride goes before destruction. So they're all about they like that boasting. When you boast, that's what people seem to be gravitating towards like that. Well, look at me. Okay? It says, their bows also should dash the young men to pieces. Talking about their guns, their weapons. And they should have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Meaning they're not going to have no pity on you damn women. They're not going to have any pity on you damn women. For the most part, most of you women are unattractive. So basically, these ravenous doggone men that are going to be coming through, these Gurga troops are going to be storming through on these streets of America. Okay? And most of you baboons are not desired here in Great Babylon, America. Okay? Who the hell wants a damn woman with 5 stomachs? Okay? It says, their eyes shall not spare children. If those of you believe that the Lord doesn't put children to death, then you definitely did not read, okay, the flood. Okay? Or what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. There were children in Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? There were children in Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord does not have respect of a person. He can put you to death today and have you reborn tomorrow. Just like that. All right? It says in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency should be as when power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. How did he overthrow it? Fire and brimstone, man. And in modern day time, it's going to be missiles. Missiles. That's why you see, brothers, when we put out the videos, we constantly showing missiles hitting this place. We constantly showing, okay, the chariots, okay, who the people on this earth will call UFOs, circling this earth, shooting high, intense laser beams, melting this place, destroying this place. But mostly we like to show you graphical images, okay? And a lot of brothers are now using AI, okay, to make these images. I know I use them a lot to show you what? How according to the scriptures, Great Babylon, America will be destroyed in modern day times, which is going to be nuclear missiles, all right? And it says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, okay? So this place is going to be, you're going to have nuclear radiation. It's going to burn for a long, long, long time. And then it's going to be like a Jurassic Park in the future, okay, where you're going to have these creatures, they call them dragons, all kinds of other like weirdo looking type of creatures, okay, are going to be inhabiting this place. This place is going to be probably a great place where, you know, we're going to be bringing our kids flying over, you know, in our chariots, bringing our kids to look at it and show them and tell them the story about this place, and especially the men that stood up boldly against this doggone, this wicked man. you're going to have a story to tell. Okay? Because it's going to be a reminder to the rest of these tribes on this earth of what you don't do. What you don't do. First of all, you don't mess with the children, okay, of the Most High Yahweh Shemal Shai. You don't mess with Yasharala. That was Esau's first mistake. Okay? 2, you don't challenge your creator. That's the second mistake. Alright? In fact, let's go into it and we can see, okay, why this doggone judgment is coming on this man. Okay? And he deserves every bit of it. This is our job right here, is to talk, is to come out and let you people know what the Lord has, what the Lord's intention is for Great Babylon America. Okay? And, you know, like the scripture say, the door tarry, wait for it. Okay? It's going to come. Okay? Nobody thought that you would see this much unemployment here in Great Babylon America right now as we speak. Shouldn't make America great again be moving in the upward trend. Okay? Shouldn't the stock market be up? Shouldn't doggone there be so much jobs so that they can't even find enough people? Okay? What has happened? This man has gone around with his retarded self and rounded up the people that do the work, the people that picks the fruit, that clean the shit, that does the work, that nobody else will do. Okay, this is a 40 miles an hour road. Why are you going at 90 miles an hour on this road? Okay, and then if they flip over and crash, they'll be crying like little girls, okay, and no, someone save me. And I will spin this camera around to capture that footage so I can make a nice, good lesson on it. Lord willing, Shalak Rayon, Mashakayim. May the Lord destroy your ass today up the street. Okay? But anyways, getting back to it. So they turn around and they grab up the people that clean the shit, the people that pick the fruits, the vegetables, that does all the dirty work here in Great Babylon, America. And they rounded them up, put them on C-130s, dropped hundreds of them, if not thousands of them, out in the ocean, bodies washing up ashore. The rest of them they put inside these internment camps where they lie on top of each other in filth, with rats and pestilence that's making our people very sick. And now this man has got the nerve to come out and ask, well, maybe we need to have them to go and pick the fruit so our doggone Edomite, doggone greedy, shitty, wicked-ass people can eat. Because see, now these shelves are going to get bare. These shelves are going to get empty. Okay? And you fat, pompous, wicked, lazy Americans. Okay, when your stomach wall is touching against your bone, the back of your spine, then you will understand just how stupid and retarded your doggone leader is. Then you will understand that, because there's a great famine that will be coming to America real soon. And you fat Americans that can't put down their spoon now for 1 second, you will know what judgment is from the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So this retarded man, your retarded king, that's sitting in the wicked seat, decided that now is a good time to try to bring back, okay, the people that are on this side to go do the hard work. Because the privileged Edomites, okay, they can't afford to pay for the food anymore. Because the food in America is now rotting. It's sitting down there. Nobody's picking it. So the people that came over here illegally, the people that came over here and destroyed and tried to kill and eradicate the tribe of God, have the nerve to call you. Have the nerve to call you an illegal. And you know the thing about it is you're comfortable about it. You're comfortable about it. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai came unto me saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. What are we going to prophesy? There's nothing good coming out of this place. Okay? We don't wish for you to have a happy birthday or happy Easter or whatever the case is that. May the Lord destroy your entire household. You doggone wicked so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos, and Hispanics. Okay, who have your head shoved up. Okay, your doggone oppressor's ass. May he destroy your entire household. May he give you over, you, your sons and daughters, over to the wicked man that's going to throw you in one of these internment camps. Okay? Because y'all don't want to repent. The Lord is sick of you. He's sick of your kids. He's sick of you. He hates your guts. Alright? And say unto it, thus said the Lord, power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. So how the hell, if This man is talking about God is on our side and in the name of Jesus and all that stuff. Oh, it was cringeworthy to see that shit, man. To hear this man talk. Okay? But then again, they're going, he's using a false name. Jesus is not even a deity. That's just some made up shit. Okay? That's just some made up shit. Caesar Borgia, faggot. Whose pictures that they took, and all y'all doggone just bow down to it. Bow down to it. We are telling you with the God of the Bible, your God, your power, Yasharala, Prince of the power, which your power looks like. But you can't accept it because it looks like somebody that you actually hate, which is a doggone Negro. Alright? It says, thus said the Lord power, behold, I'm against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Means he's going to destroy it. But when you look at the word desolate, it's also, you know, it also is synonymous with being unhappy. Okay, being dissolved of all of your, you know, things that make you operate. Okay, so this place is now in a state of desolation. Okay, every time you turn on the YouTube, every time you go and you look at a TikTok video, it's about doggone somebody who lost their job. Layoff after layoff, tens of thousands of layoff. Okay, you get prices going up through the roof. Now, if this man turns around and he attacks, okay, the power plant over there in Iran, and Iran retaliates, what the hell do you think is going to happen? Gas price right now is about to go to about $10 a gallon. How many of you people even make $10 an hour here in Great Babylon, America? So how the hell, okay, at $10 a gallon for gas, well, you're going to spend more money to go to work than you would bring home. Your entire paycheck would just go to work. And in some cases, okay, you would have to go drive 40 miles one way. And these cars that are not fuel efficient, we're not talking about paying for the insurance or the car repairs. Because again, it's a domino effect. If the price of crude oil goes up, gas prices goes up, and diesel price goes up, then the cost of delivering goods is going to go up. Okay? You also have to then what? You have to increase the salaries of the people. I don't think you people understand exactly what is happening to you. The thing about it is this, is that we're going to be comforted today because as y'all are screaming, okay, bloody murder, and you don't have any food to eat, and then for those of you who actually have something, the Lord is going to set the spirit up, okay, and we're going to go into that in 2nd Ezra. The Lord will set the spirit up, and which the people who don't have anything to eat, let's go and attack the people that has something. Okay, so you're not safe. It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their iniquity. Okay? So Peter is saying that America is being covered by the Lord. No, it's not. Because the scriptures goes many times and talk about the fact that the Lord hates this place. He's going to destroy it. Okay, he's going to bring a great famine to this doggone wicked place. So all you fat souls, all you obese Americans, you Babylonians, okay, you're in for a rude awakening. All right? And this is all because of what? Again, you messed up Esau, but you laid hands on the eye of God, or the apple of the Lord, which is the children of Israel. Okay, you thought that we were nothing, that we were yours for you to do whatever the hell you please. Okay, continue on. It says, so there it is right there. So I bought those out. Okay, proving that the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, okay, is not, okay, with Esau. He's not with Esau. All right? He's not with a Great Babylon America. That's illusional. All right? That is illusional. All right? Let's go into, in fact, I want to bring on 2nd Ezra because, again, like I talk about the fact that Trump said that he's going to attack Iran or do something to Iran. They have 48 hours. So they're about to take this to the next level. Okay? in which they might want to attack Iran, okay, which furthermore is going to bring more stress, okay, to an already fragile, okay, situation right now with these countries. And the allies of America, again, hit very hard because oil prices or gas price in Europe is really high right now. And they have nothing to do. They didn't start the attack. Okay, they're not getting themselves involved with it. Okay, they've been outright against it. Okay, and this was just something that went through the UN to say, well, Iran was definitely, okay, a threat to Israel or a threat to the sovereignty of America. It was not. In fact, you have high-level American officials that are coming out that are resigning, saying basically the war in Iran or the war with Iran or what they're doing out there right now that's wreaking havoc globally, economically, okay, was illegal, and they don't want to be a part of it. Okay, they don't want to be a part of it. So these other nations out there, these European nations out there, okay, the typical allies of America, are standing back and saying, "Nah, man, we're not gonna send our sons and daughters out there in harm's way for something that we did not approve of." This was in a unanimous vote by nations of the world. That's why you have a UN. What's the point in having a UN if you have one country that believes that it's above the rule and the laws of the world? Now see, that's this doggone man. All right, he's a bully. There's no point in having a UN if you are going to go beyond what they can do. And the reason why that's possible is because of the petrodollar, okay? But it's also the blessing of the sword that Esau has. At the end of the day, when all is said and done, they will always turn to the sword. So let's go into 2nd Esdras, and let's see the profound effect that this has, okay, on the people. And we can go, let's see something here. Let's take a look at this and see. Okay, we can see the profound effect on how this will have on people. Okay, it's going to be a bad situation. And if you're still asleep right now, okay, by the time you wake up, it is going to be too late. This is 2nd Esdras 15, and starting with verse 16, it reads, "For there should be sedition amongst men, and invading one another, they should not regard their kings, nor princesses, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Now, when they're looking at it in kings, and we don't kings and princesses, okay, we're talking about leaders. That could be, city councils, city mayors, you have governors of the states, you have, and you have prefectures in Japan, you have provinces in like Canada and those places and other countries, whatever it is, whatever geographical designation, okay, on those particular continents, whatever they have, it makes no difference. It still comes down to that they have leaders of these towns, of these cities, and then you also have leaders of these nations. So people are not going to regard them. Part of your leadership also is also your law enforcement. So for right now, ICE is able to go, and they're able to grab jakes them of their houses with no resistance really. People grab a camera and they film and they shout, and we know a lot of it is staged bullshit, okay? And cops right now here in Great Babylon, America, they're still going around, they're still grabbing jakes off the street, beating jakes down, putting jakes in the spirit world, okay? And they're able to do that right now. There's no resistance. And the reason why there's no resistance is because it's still a doggone society intact. People have work. People still can go to work. People have food. There's still a distinguish between the rich and the poor. There's still a distinguish between middle class and lower class or upper class. So because of that, people will have that spirit in them. I'm not going to get myself in trouble. I'm not going to get myself involved in that. And that's the reason why you see things are going to go. However, what is going to take place is going to be, okay, empty shelves, okay, people who had it before and don't have it anymore are going to look at the people that have it, and they're going to become a target. So suddenly right now, here you are, you're in a nice house, you get about 5 cars parked up in front of it, you got food being delivered all the time, You get a doggone mobile barber unit that's coming to your house. Okay, you get a mobile detailer that comes to your house to wash your vehicles. I mean, you live in the top. Don't think that goes unnoticed. People are watching you. You're being watched. Okay, you're being watched. And especially these jakes that I see out here, boy, they got to show off and let everybody know. So you can see when a nigga in a spick and a freaking doggone red back have $1, especially niggas in spicks, when they have $1, they got to let everybody know that they have it. There's no sense of humility. Everybody got to know you have damn money, or you have something. So guess what happens? You expose yourself by revealing yourself and what you have. Okay? So here's what's going to happen. It says, a man shall desire to go. It says, and the course of the action shall stand their power. People are not going to be taking shit from the cops real soon. They're not. Okay? So a lot of these cops are going to be in danger. All right? You're not going to be taking shit because as things get very desperate, people are going to be in that mind state of, what do they have to lose? Because you already got people right now in the mind state, okay, or in a state of mind of YOLO. You only have one life to live. And that is far from the truth. You do not have only one life to live. Why would you have to die needlessly, Jake? You don't have to die. The Lord is not looking for us to die. The Lord is looking for us to have everlasting salvation or everlasting life. All right? Continuing on, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. Why the hell is he not going to be able to go into a city? Okay? Cordon off. Okay? And you can say, well, you know, they won't turn their sword on the American people. Yes, they would. I'm going to tell you for a fact they would. Okay? I was in this man's doggone military, and I can tell you for the fact that we trained to kick doors down and beat the fucking shit out of American people. All right? That's what we did. Okay? Let me tell you what was on my mind when I was kicking the door down. Guess who I was thinking of seeing on the other side there? Mainly a fucking nigga. All right? To kick his fucking head in. All right? Next, it would have been like a doggone spick and a doggone Edomite. Okay? Or a doggone cracker. That's exactly how it is. There's a reason why you have a lot of jakes in the doggone uniform and in law enforcement. They have a hatred for their people that look like that. All right? And that might be a hard pill for you to swallow, but that's a fact. That is a fact. It says, for because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and man should be afraid. Now, why is it saying a man should be afraid? The reason why a man would be afraid is because a lot of y'all are not men. Plain and simple. If you can't have courage in your own household, if you can't be a man in your household, you are not a doggone man. How the hell you can call yourself a man when you can't control your damn fat, obese, worthless doggone woman that wouldn't even boil an egg for you if you're starving? How the hell do you call yourself a man if you can't control your kids? That's why the Lord will put that spirit of pussiness inside of you. You're going to cry like little girls when the time comes. Okay? I can look at any doggone man walking this road or driving in any of these vehicles right now. Unless the Lord is working with you, when they kick your door down, you will crawl up in the corner like a little fucking bitch, and you will do nothing as they grab your daughter and rape her and grab your son and your wife. You will do absolutely not a damn thing. You will not put up a fight. You will not ball your fist. You will not even be angry. You will be crying. Okay? You will not have the desire to put your enemy in the spirit world. Because you're not a warrior. You're not a king. You don't think like one. You don't walk like one. You don't act like one. You are not one. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and the great tribulation. Now, let's look at the word bread. Because bread can mean two things. One, food, sustenance. The other could mean actual currency. And before this petrodollar collapses, you have people right now that are out of a job. What, 6 to 12 weeks of unemployment that you can collect. That's like 1/3 or a fraction of what certain people make. Okay, so there's a state limit on how much you can get. I believe the highest you can get is $2,000 a month. I think California gives the highest amount of unemployment. So if you're a person used to making $200,000-$300,000 a year, what is $2,000 a month going to do for you? Not a damn thing. It's really not going to do anything for you. All right. So lack of bread. As the unemployment rate goes up right now, your buddies and your friends are watching you and measuring you. Okay. So it would behoove you to probably not talk about what your finances are or your ability to sustain yourself through hard times. Okay. It would behoove you. So now, the neighbors that were looking at you that you think you're impressing with your 5 cars and all the other extra things that you bring around that you want to show, you got it, okay? They're looking now, they can remember that. Wait a minute, I don't have no sugar. I don't have no doggone rice. I don't have this and I don't have that. Maybe they do. So eventually what they're going to do is they're going to come over to you and they're going to ask you nice the first time around and go, Bob, Sue, Larry, Mikey, okay, Garcia, Tyrone. Hey, yo, man, you got any extra sugar here? And then some of you, because you don't understand what's happening and because you think things might change and you're trying to have that neighborly spirit, you will go, I do, and you will have them come on in. Now, when they come on in, they're surveying your house. They're looking at what you got. They're looking at your security system. All of this while they're talking to you and get you distracted with their smile. Okay? So you think you're being nice. Because see how people are freaking retarded. So being nice, in fact, is being stupid. Because you're not walking with wisdom. Because you have no wisdom. Okay? Because you don't measure the time. There ain't gonna be no cop to call. You think you're gonna they're gonna dial 911. Those cops are gonna be looking up for their own, they're gonna have their own problems. Okay? So they're gonna come in. But they're not coming in there to doggone borrow sugar from you. They're gonna come in and they're gonna stick your ass up and they're gonna take your shit from you. And the majority of you men will not fight back. Okay, you're gonna be well, Bob, what's going on? Like, I thought we were friends. Nah. Bob looking at your sugar stash. Well, and I'm using sugar just as an example. He's looking at your stash of food and realize that between your household and his, that's not going to last that long. But if he can delete your household and take your shit, he can extend his time. So if you're going to share, if there's going to be, okay, a little neighborly or a couple of houses that's going to decide to share the food, and it can last about 5 months for the 4 or 5 houses. If one house eliminates the other 4 houses, it can last, 20 months, right? 20 months. Wouldn't that make sense? See, people are going to be doing their math, boy. And they're going to realize being nice doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why you are going to see a man should have no pity on his neighbor, but still spoiling him. Okay, says, this is what's going to happen. Because it's a lack of bread. No pity. Pity means what? I'm not going to take all of it. I realize that you have a couple of kids, those damn dirty kids that need to eat. So I'm going to leave you with enough for you and your damn stinking kids to eat. No. People don't care about kids. Nobody's going to care. Desperation is going to set in. If you can afford to buy it at the store, if you can go to Albertson down the street down there and buy it, the $30 or the $100 roast chicken roast, somebody's going to be sitting right in that parking lot waiting for you, and they're going to jack your food from you. All right? That is going to take place. In fact, when you talk about going to second address, 6 and starting verse 21. In fact, let's go do that. Let's go to second address 6 and starting verse 21, because you have to understand how this is going to play out. I know I'm not here for your damn entertainment. All right? I'm not here for your entertainment, but I think y'all already know that. Y'all see me enough out here to know it don't operate like that. If you want to come up here and hear the word, come out here and you hear it the right way. And there's an order that you will have to hear this word in. But you all don't want to be in order, and that's good. Stay the hell out of order, and may the Lord destroy your household. Okay? It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid. Why are they going to be afraid? No more food. There's no more food. Basically, these trucks are it's gonna cost too much to bring the food here, so expect to see high prices. Okay? Expect to see high prices. There ain't gonna be no more food, empty shelves. That's gonna be the sound that you're gonna hear. We're gonna have to ration the food. They put you all through that scenario, that simulation in 2020, when there was a limit of the amount of food you could buy. Didn't matter if you had the money. Okay? They limited, so they gave everybody an opportunity to get subsidies. So we're gonna come at a time where people, not only are they not gonna be able to even participate in the limited or have a limited ability to buy, because they're not gonna have any money at all, but there's not gonna be anything for you to buy. Prior to 2020, prior to them closing down for the COVID, so-called COVID, there was a lot of things that you could buy on Amazon. There was a lot of things that you could purchase. After that lockdown, a lot of things was not available anymore. In fact, literally, they just went out. There's a lot of things I can't buy anymore that I was able to get in abundance prior, okay, to them doing that lockdown. So this is how this is going to turn out. And this next time, because it's going to be for real. It's going to be for keeps. All right? It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Not like friends, like enemies. So imagine, why the fight between friends is going to be so brutal? Have y'all had a friendship and it broke up? It's one thing to hate somebody that who and you are not friends. They bump into you, maybe you all had a little run-in or whatever the case is like that. But friends or friendship is like a relationship. It's bitter. It's personal. All right? It's very emotional. So when people start fighting against each other like friends start fighting against each other like enemies, it's going to be because if you were friends all the while when life was good, and now I'm falling on hard times, and I come to you for help and you're rejecting me, okay? That's going to be a little bit more personal. The attack is going to be more personal. Because people are going to have no option but to reject people from around them. Okay? In fact, we're going to go into a scripture that talks about what Yahweh is actually really bringing to this earth. And if you understand that, you should be in great fear. Okay? So it says right here, at that time friends shall fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand still in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still in 3 hours, they shall not run. So friends fighting like enemies. So that means now your friendship is going to be gone. Okay? Let's bring on what Yahweh said he's going to bring. Okay? This aligns with that too. And we're in that time right now. Okay? Because you're seeing right now where videos are showing where Jake's them filming for Eve. Jake filming Eve. Okay, being attacked by dogs and doing nothing. And the thing that comes out, okay, with the women them is they're saying, well, what's up with all these men? All these men are just standing up there and didn't do anything. Men don't owe you anything. I don't owe a woman anything. I have a wife. She's in order to the best of her ability. That's my concern. I pray for you sisters that are right. Okay? And we pray for the sisters that have not heard the word yet, that is going to be future, okay, wives of the brothers that the Lord will select for them to select to move forward. Basically, many are called, few are chosen. So if you're chosen, you go through the tribulation. Okay, and it says what it says. What the prophet says, then shall they know who am I chosen. So that's really all of our hope right here. Will then know somehow we're chosen, and then be tried. And you sisters also, young and older, okay, who have been chosen to be saved, okay, you will be given to a brother, okay? But for these wicked women out there, man don't owe you anything. Certainly the man of the Lord definitely is not gonna risk his life or do anything for you. We're not. It's just not gonna happen that way, okay? So let's go into the book of Matthew. It says, think not, this is Matthew 10, starting verse 34 reads, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Okay? So he didn't come to send peace. The Lord is going to bring a great sword on the earth, starting with Great Babylon, America. Okay? So we're about to see that sword come to fruition real soon. It's just a matter of when you dug on Latinos or Hispanics or Negroes get stupid with one of these ICE agents. And they can set it up anyways. If you're taking too long to do it, they're going to create a false five. Because they really want to get this stuff going right now. The problem is that people in America are very passive aggressive. You see, people are very passive aggressive. Alright? Very, very passive aggressive. So they're not going to do it. They've been trying to get y'all to go up again, try to start a race war. They're trying to get Jakes to go kill Jakes. Okay? You talk to a Latino Hispanic out here, he has a beef with another Latino Hispanic. Someone that looks like him. But he doesn't have a beef with a doggone oppressor that has no problem raping his little girl and throwing his ass in a doggone internment camp. Go fucking figure, man. He says, if I have come to set a man at variance against his father. Okay? I'm living that right now. Okay? I'm living that right now. Me and my father just never got along. We just never had that relationship. And to me, it really right now at this stage, it doesn't matter no more. Okay? It just doesn't matter. He never liked me, and that's just the end of that. Right? And a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foe should be that of his household. Okay? So there it is right there. So what is it talking about? Alright? It's talking about starting in your household where there is affection and love, supposed to be love and affection and emotion. It's going to be where things are going to fall apart first. So the hate is going to really come in that household. Okay? And it's going to be very deep, because when you look at divorce, for example, or breakup of a relationship, generally it's filled with a lot of emotion. So the animosity is a little bit deep. Think about it with Esau and Jacob. Why is Esau hatred so? He has a perpetual hatred, as the scriptures say, for Jacob, because they're brothers. See, they're brothers. See, the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, the Americans, Latinos, and Hispanics, we're the brothers and sisters of Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man and the white woman. All right, they're actually our brothers and sisters. All right. And you go, well, how's it that y'all not get along? Because one of us got the blessing, the other didn't. But then one of us got the sword and the other one didn't. All right? So, Esau believed that Jacob betrayed him, tricked him, stole his right, which was not his to begin with. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah, Yahweh never liked Esau. He never liked him. He never liked him. It was never for Esau to get it. But there's a hatred. See, because why? It runs deep. It's emotional. It runs deep. It's very emotional. This is the reason why the so-called white man hates us so much. He can't stand us, man. Because it's emotional. On one part, he knows who we are. He knows who we are. You know. He saw you Edomites, you crackers. You all know we're your brothers and sisters. Y'all know that. We know it. We tell it to you now. Y'all know it. The elites know. But they hate us, man. They can't help themselves. You know why they can't help themselves? Okay? Because they have to hate us. They have to hate us. See, Esau has to make that move against the righteous. He has to come at us like a flood for the Lord to show miracles that the world has never seen before. Okay? Other miracles that's going to take place is going to be the fact that there's going to be many great deaths around us and nothing happening to the righteous. The fact that during the time of famine, when our people are running wild and killing each other for what scraps of food they can get, And of course, when you Jakes go and you attack these Edomites, they're going to put you in the spirit world very quickly. And, okay, as a matter of fact, actually, I got to bring this up. Okay, I got to bring this up. Okay? Because this can show you exactly where we're heading to right now. Okay? This can show you exactly where we are heading right now. Where we are heading right now. Okay? And this is not far-fetched. Okay, when you look at this. Okay? This is about no work in Egypt. Okay? And it goes deeper than just mass unemployment. Okay? This goes in deeper into that. And so this is going to show through spirit. I believe that this is where you're going to see where Esau is going to really justify why they need to eradicate the so-called Negroes, Latinos, or Native American, and particularly Negroes. It says, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering his vomit. All right? Trump, let me give an example of that. Trump turned around, he appeased his masses by saying, make America great again. We're going to get rid of the immigrants, okay, or illegals. Well, the illegals are the ones who happen to be the ones that's doing all the work to produce for the food and everything, right? He got rid of them, and now what happened? Food prices goes up to the roof. Then, part of making America great again, we're going to put tariffs in these other nations, which then most of the stuff that we buy comes from these foreign nations. Because what you have, America is a buyer's market. It buys, it doesn't produce. So that means what? The price of goods is going to go up. So that makes no sense. All right, I guess if they can go and conquer Venezuela, why don't we go and do it to Iran? So now they're doing that in Iran right now. And guess what? Now you're paying more at the pump. That makes no sense. Not only are you paying more at the pump, but now food price is going up. The cost of goods is going up. Just for you to go drive your car, which these people currently, they must have a lot of damn money because they just driving up and down for nothing. I can guarantee you these people ain't going nowhere. Or they're just driving the hell up and down because they can. Burning gas and everything because they can. So that makes no sense. So decision making is not made coherently here in Great Babylon, America. You have a foolish president that's so childish. He's going to have, I think, a wrestling match or some type of MMA inside the White House and all kinds of other craziness like that. Go ahead. I mean, we could use a good laugh. And brothers, we're going to continue to make these lessons, okay, until the end, all right? Whether it's amusing or not. It says, neither should there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail or branch or rush may do. Qualifications don't make any sense anymore. So if you didn't get your student loan debt wiped out during the Biden administration and that, now you're stuck with $100,000 or more, or whatever cases like that. Most people can't afford to pay it, so the interest keep going up, blah, 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 on and on. So it doesn't matter what school you graduate from anymore. Because guess what? I can enroll into Harvard tomorrow, just like that, and get myself an Ivy League degree, or whatever they call it. It has no meaning to it. Because I can enroll in it tomorrow online. Okay? They don't care. All they care about is the money. That's it. You can take a class. You don't have to go in as a typical student. All you have to do is just take one class at a time towards a degree program. Pass them, and eventually you can get a degree. And now you graduate from Harvard. But nobody gives a shit. I know people who graduate from Harvard with a master's degree making $9 an hour. I do. I really do. I actually do. I'm not just saying that. Okay? And many of them are unemployed. I don't care about your Harvard degree. Neither do the rest of the people out there. Because right now you're going into a technical area where AI can do the work 100,000 times faster. Okay? Nobody needs you. So, places are closing down, businesses are closing down. Jake's always worked a low-level job. The migrants are not going to come back here. They're not going to transfer. And then the stipulation that he has set up for it is that they have to live in a homestead, okay, and their pay is going to be just them working or the ability to stay here in America. Whoop-de-fucking doggone do. That's your payment. Oh, you get the ability to stay in America. All right? So bottom line is that there's not going to be any work. Corporations are going to close down because people are going to have no money to go spend the money to go buy stuff. You see how it's just a big triple effect, and I could spend all day going into it. Okay, the economics of it, even though I'm not an economist. Okay, but it's just straightforward. It says in that day should Egypt be like unto women, it should be afraid and fear because of the shaking the hand of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shema Shai, which you shake it over it, because it's just going to be one plague after the next. Okay? Just when people sign the kind of, okay, they can deal with unemployment, but okay, you know, things going, now gas prices goes up. So the little bit of money that would have gotten you through the tough times of trying to look for a job or in between a job if you can find one, now you're spending triple of your savings because you got to pay that for gas alone. In the meantime, you still got to pay property taxes even if you own your house, okay, which you can't get out of. So that's here and there. But if you're renting, they can jack the rent up anytime they want. So now heating bill is going to be higher. Gas to cook at home is going to cost you more. It's a thing that's going to spiral out of control, and the result of it is a high unemployment rate. But here's what you got to think about here. In the land of Judah should be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that make it mention thereof should be afraid of in himself because of the concept of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shema Shai. So right there and then, what is going to happen is Jakes are going to lose it. Jakes are going to lose it. They ain't going to be no more friendly. Let's get hand, let's shake. You doggone Edomites are not going to be able to make jokes. The so-called blacks, people like how you all did before. Ain't nobody going to shake your hand, be cool with you. Because unless y'all provide Jake with work or some type of substance or the ability to keep Jake occupied, what they say, idle hands make problems, whatever the case is, problems, whatever the case is. And one thing Jake Sim are good at doing is getting in problems. What y'all don't want in America is to have Jake Sim sitting around all day thinking about their miserable life. Because sooner or later, boy, you crackers and the rest of you doggone tribes out there, y'all gonna be a target, all right? And that's why it says terror, which we know that's gonna lead into a time of great trouble for the Hebrew Israelites, okay? Particularly, especially if you're a so-called black man, okay? Because Jake Sim gonna go insane and go crazy. Jake Sim wild, man. Jake Sim are wild, okay? And once the so-called blacks started, Latinos and the Hispanics, they're going to join in too and jump in on the foray, which is going to eventually lead to us being labeled as menace to society. And then they'll go out and they'll start killing and just throwing you in these internment camps and executing you. And we know that they have the incinerators inside there. They're going to bring the shooting squad, the death squad, all those things to them. We can go on and on and on. So we can see the scenario is going to be built up to where, because of the action of the princess or the king of Babylon, Jake them here in Great Babylon, America, particularly our 2/3, are going to, because they're not walking in wisdom or not understanding of what's actually happening, will not trust in Yahweh Shema Shai to get them through, and they have no discipline, all right, will indulge carnally to sustain themselves, thus increasing the hatred even more, because everything is going to be caught on camera. That's why these cities right now have all the spy cameras and all that stuff. They're going to catch them and they're going to show it to the world, and they're going to show it to the other people and say, look, see, these people are a menace. And there's people getting their house broken into, getting their goods taken away from them, getting beat up by Jake Stem and these YNs or whoever else. They're going to say, you know what? They're not even humans. And that lack of compassion and the fact that they're going to view us as animals that need to be slaughtered, it's going to be that time of Jacob's trouble such as we have never seen before, to the point to where Michael will have to stand up for us. And we can go in and on with that. But for the most of you doggone Hebrew Israelites out there, it's a joke. You don't care. Lord willing, the elect was edified at the close up and given all going on to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Shalom to those of you, okay, who are awake and is not asleep.